name is Devota Godfrey Nyambo. I'm a senior lecturer and researcher at the Nelson Mandela African Institution of Science and Technology. It is located in Arusha, Tanzania. I am grateful for being funded by the Science for Africa Foundation in a project that looks at helping communities to battle climate changes through vector-borne diseases that are significantly impacting our communities. And specifically, I'm looking at malaria and dengue. The emerging technologies, particularly artificial intelligence, bring in a lot of positivities and a lot of opportunities for us to impact our communities. So my focus is to look on how we can improve health outcomes, specifically malaria and dengue, in our communities by integrating climatic data as well as remote sensing technologies to help our communities better understand the trends, the dynamics of mosquito breeding, as well as the occurrence of these diseases which significantly affect the health outcomes for women and children under 5. Globally, the trend on incidences of malaria has been growing in the recent years. The last report around 2022 indicated cases of around 250 million around the world, but with a significant number of deaths of about 600,000 people. But narrowing down to Tanzania, we have prevalence rate of 8% nationwide, but we have some regions in Tanzania where the prevalence rate for malaria is still very high, up to 23%. And this is especially for children at 6 months to 59 months of age. We're bringing in community engagement because the data-driven models are supposed to be validated by the community knowledge, or what sometimes we call indigenous knowledge. So our community will be able to understand how these data-driven models operate, but at the same time contribute into the validation of such models so that we can have robust systems for predictions and also estimations of damage that is caused by these diseases. We'll be looking at the integration of climatic data, health data from clinical perspectives, but also remote sensing data that is looking at land use cover, topographic and vegetation cover, which is very relevant to the breeding of mosquitoes in those areas. The grant we have received from the Science for Africa Foundation is going to help us achieve 3 main impacts. The first impact is on realizing a community that is more aware on the climatic impact of health outcomes and contribute more on how we can better solve various challenges that are arising on the health perspectives, especially impacting women and children under the age of 5. The second impact we are looking at is to realize the use of climatic data in informing hospital management and decision-making at policy levels. The last impact that we are looking at is the development of these robust artificial intelligence tools, which are actually bringing to Africa the capacity that is needed, especially on embracing the changes that we are seeing in technology, but also adapting these technologies for the common good or for societal development and well-being of our communities. I believe that the funding that is coming from these organizations are important in strengthening our collaborative capacity to bring in different stakeholders, different expertise, and in a multidisciplinary approach, together we can be able to resolve various health challenges that are going to result into improved health outcomes for our African continent.